Hey everyone, it's John here from MCKAY, back with another video. I understand. I know a lot of you are tired of me and everyone else talking about Jack Eichel, but when things like this come out, I have to talk about it. So I actually thought about this in my head. A big shout out to Zeta for sending it to me. I did see it on my timeline, but I'm going to specifically talk about this, but also the idea I had in my head. So just randomly, if you guys didn't see it, Ben Hutton signed a 1-year, $750K deal with the Golden Knights. And right when that happened, I'm like, ooh, interesting. What if that has something to do with another move that's coming? Because the Golden Knights, while they do have injuries, it's to forwards, not defensemen. So they have their defensemen right now. So I'm thinking, would they move Nick Hague now after signing Ben Hutton? Because then you'd have a top four of Martinez, Pietrangelo, Theodore, not in specific order, McNabb, and then you have Whitecloud, who you just signed. So they just signed Whitecloud to a deal, so that's another part of this. So you sign Whitecloud to an extension that goes long-term, 2.75, 6 years. I thought it was a good deal. You're betting on the guy to be a good top 4 or 5 defenseman for a while. And now it's like, okay, Jesse Granger, who's close with the Golden Knights, is now suggesting Theodore. So at first it was like, okay, so Buffalo wasn't even asking for these big pieces. They were asking for a few of the prospects like Krebs, and then maybe a younger piece like Hague, and then maybe William Karlsson. But now it's Theodore. Well, here's the thing. If the Golden Knights traded Theodore for Eichel straight up, that would blow the hockey world. I don't know if, I don't think the Golden Knights should do that. I personally think it's so risky, man. Unless there's so many assurances that Eichel is going to be, at least 90% of what he was, or, close to what he was, then sure, it's worth it. But such a risk. So he continues to kind of go on and just say, he talks about, hypothetically, signing Ben Hutton would give Vegas 6 NHL defensemen after they traded one. Again, hypothetically. Hypothetically, if the Sabres were interested in Theodore, it would make sense for Vegas to play Alec Martinez alongside Theodore last night, who he's played with, rather than putting Martinez back with Pietrangelo. So what I'm thinking is, if they were to trade Theodore straight up, you do end up keeping William Karlsson and Riley Smith in your top 6, or top 9 even. You get Alex Tuch towards the playoffs. You keep William Karlsson, who helps make the playoffs for you as a forward. And when you get Eichel back, you get Eichel, William Karlsson as your top 2 centers. That's pretty good. And when we look at their forward depth, you have Chandler Stevenson, who in that scenario would potentially be your 3rd-line center, and Waugh as your 4th-line center. That becomes one of the better center depths in the league if Eichel can be healthy, right? Or at least one of the better center depths in the Western Conference, I'd say. I'll be safe with that take, because Chandler Stevenson's played really well, anyone that's kept up with it. One of the most underrated pickups. And William Karlsson obviously is really solid. So I'll ask you guys in the chat, what do you think? Do you think there's a possibility of the Vegas Golden Knights trading Shea Theodore for Eichel in a massive 1-1? I mean, we've seen 1-for-1 deals go down that have shook the hockey world. I personally think it's way better to include Riley Smith in it, or include William Karlsson, and include one of your other contracts. I think you keep Shea Theodore, man. These defensemen, they don't come along easily, and having a top 4, I think, of Theodore, Pietrangelo, Martinez, and McNabb consistently, and then having Whitecloud with either Hague or Hutton on that bottom pair, I just think it makes sense. It just makes sense. Trading Theodore gives you a big hole. Yes, you'd still have a very solid top pair of Martinez and Pietrangelo. You'd have your 2nd pair of McNabb and Whitecloud, and then you'd have your 3rd pair of Hague and Hutton. It's not bad. And your forward group would be absolutely stacked when Eichel and Tuch come back. But I personally think you do not trade a guy like Shea Theodore. So Jesse Granger's throwing out a massive hot take. I'm making a video on it. You guys let me know what you think. I know you're tired of hearing about Eichel, but I'm going to report on it and give my thoughts. So if you don't want to watch these videos, you don't have to. They're not long videos. They're 5-minute videos just to give you your fill, just to give you what's going on, an update here and there. And until this Eichel trade goes down, I am going to kind of talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it too much because it is annoying me as well. So let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, and comment. This is John from MCKAY. Have a good one. Peace out.